So you've just purchased a rental property and now you're trying to decide if you're going to manage it yourself or if you're going to hire a property manager to do that for you. In today's video, I want to talk to you about 5 things that I think are the most important things that you need to ask property managers when you're interviewing them to work for you. If you want the latest landlord tips and information, then I hope you'll subscribe to our channel, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified every Wednesday when we post a new video. Asking the right questions and hiring the right property manager is so important. Property managers can really help reduce a lot of the stress that comes with managing rental properties and owning a rental property. My name is Sue Richey. I am the principal broker of Richey Property Management. We are a property management company located in Northern Virginia in the DC suburbs. So let's dive right into it, and then let's get into the 5 things that you should ask property managers. There really are a lot more, but these are really the top 5 that I think are super important to know. First of all, you want to find out how much experience the company has and the company owners. So there's a little bit of a difference. You could have a property owner that has a lot of experience, but maybe they haven't actually had a company for a long time. Maybe they just worked in the industry, or maybe some of the people who work there have worked in the industry. But you got to find out how long the company has been in business, because running a company that has a lot of moving parts, a lot of different people in different places that manage your property is very different than just having the experience. The experience is absolutely critical as well, because that person, that owner, and many of the employees have been through lots of different scenarios, lots of different situations that relate to landlord-tenant law, and that having that experience can help you when you encounter situations like that. So if you're looking at a new company, there can be a lot of exciting bells and whistles. But if there's somebody that's been in the business for a very long time, especially as a property management company, it's not an easy business. So if they've been there and they have longevity, that says something for not only them, but also for their company. So look at the experience and how long the company's been in business. The second thing you want to ask a property management company is, how do they do tenant screening? I've done many videos about tenant screening, and this is one of the most important things that you can do when you set up your whole year when you bring in a new tenant. A lot of companies will just do credit checks. You want to make sure they do more than that. You need the entire picture of the applicant. You need to make sure that they do a thorough employment verification, that the thorough income verification, that not only do they work where they say they work, that they also make what they say they make. You also want to do a past landlord tenant verification. You want to make sure that what kind of reference did this landlord give? Were they good tenants? Did they pay on time? And you also want to make sure that they do a criminal background check. So ask how they do tenant screening, because a follow-up question to that after tenant screening is, what kind of late payment rate do they have, and what kind of eviction rate do they have? Because if they have really great tenant screening, they should have very low evictions or no evictions and a very low late pay rent rate. Another question you want to ask, the third question, is, how long will it take to get my property rented? Most property managers should know these numbers right off the top of their head, because our goal is to always get your property rented with a great quality tenant as quickly as we can, because we know that every day your property sits vacant means that you're not getting any money. So ask what their average days on market is, and then further ask them how they market the property. What do they do to get those prospective tenants in the door, and how do they get it rented, quickly for you? One of the things that we do is we take professional photos of every new rental property that we have. We know that everyone starts their search online, so we want to make sure our owners' properties look the best they can online, so that we get the most tenants in the door as quickly as possible and hopefully get it rented for you very, very quickly. Our average days on market are about 21 days. The fourth thing you want to ask a property manager is, how do you do inspections? There are many companies out there that do annual inspections. They might do biannual inspections. But what do they give you? Do they tell you when they do them? Do they give you photos or videos, or do they advise you on improvements that you can make when they do these inspections? The reason this is important and why you want to make sure that your property manager is doing regular inspections is because you want to make sure that people aren't living in the property that shouldn't be there. Are there other people on who are not on the lease who are living there? Are there pets who are living there that shouldn't be living there? Are there repairs that are small that could be taken care of now before they turn into something? It's a good time to get a good look at the property, talk with the tenant, try and take care of issues, make sure the property is safe and that everyone's happy. So ask when they do them, ask what you get with them, and just make sure that you are comfortable with whatever answer you get. And the fifth question you want to ask is about fees. This often is the first question we get from prospective owners. Fees are important, but you want to definitely make sure you compare apples to apples. There are management companies out there that are flat fees or very low percentage fees, and it sounds really attractive. But what they often have are many, many additional fees after that. They charge for extra things like inspections, things that we include in our management fee. They charge for technology fees. There's all kinds of other fees that could be charged. Make sure that you ask, are there any additional fees? Are there hidden fees? So that you know when you compare, that you're comparing the same services. Because oftentimes when you add up all those additional fees, it comes out to at least or sometimes even way more than what originally seemed like the higher management fee. So those are the five most important things I would say to ask a prospective property manager. But at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable with who you choose, who you trust. And the same goes for us. When we interview owners, we really look at, is this the kind of owner we want to work with? Do they have the reserves that they need in order to make their necessary repairs? Do they trust us to advise them properly? Because it's a two-way street. So you'll figure out who you're most comfortable with. And it's not always about the money. Somebody might be a little more expensive, but that's who you feel like you should go with. That's who you should go with. So hopefully that helps you in some of your evaluation of property management companies. And if you liked this video, I hope you'll share this with other landlords who may be evaluating companies and could use some of this advice. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.